How many quarterbacks can we actually trust come this postseason? So I made a list, and I've tiered it out, and I've had a few different tiers. Let's start with the absolute top right now. If we look at the quarterback trust tree, there are 3 quarterbacks right now I go into the postseason saying I have zero doubts about them. All the confidence in the world, they're going to show up, they're going to play well. If their team loses, they're not going to be the reason for it. The 3 quarterbacks I trust undeniably heading into this postseason: Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Brock Purdy. Only 3 quarterbacks I have full confidence, zero doubt in. Mahomes is obvious. Look, Stafford, under McVay, I know it's only been one postseason, won a Super Bowl, has played very, very well in the postseason, has played really well this season down the stretch in carrying this young team to the playoffs. I have no doubts right now in Stafford's ability, whether it's in Detroit, whether if they have to go to San Francisco, however their season ends and whoever they play, I have no doubt that Stafford's going to play well each and every postseason game. And same with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy, there should be no doubters right now about Brock Purdy, whether it's in the regular season or postseason. All the guy does is play at a high level, and all he does is win. After last year, there were some people out there thinking, oh, fluke, he'll get figured out. What did he do this year to follow up? 31 touchdown passes, led the NFL in passer rating. No reason to doubt Brock Purdy going to the postseason. He is going to be just fine. So as you look at the quarterback trust tree heading into the playoffs here, 3 quarterbacks undeniably trust, zero doubts about them: Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Brock Purdy. If we go to the next tier, a quarterback I'm confident in, right? Like I believe in, but still have some reservations maybe, and not fully unequivocally all in like I am with the quarterbacks in the top tier. There's only one quarterback in this tier of confident. It's Joe Flacco. I'm in on Joe Flacco. I am all in, hook, line, and sinker. What he has done in Cleveland has been amazing. But I am also someone that is a believer of fate, a believer of destiny, a believer of storybook endings happening. And you can already see it. Joe Flacco riding in on his golden horse, saving the Browns from what appeared to be a lost season, leading them to a playoff victory in Houston, and that sets up most likely a trip to Baltimore. Going not only back to, obviously, the city and the team that he won a Super Bowl with, but also the Browns going back now to the city that stole their team. And for a lot of Browns fans that were upset when they lost their team to Baltimore, now to extract revenge, kind of the way Cleveland extracted revenge against the Steelers a few years ago with Baker Mayfield, and they broke that long playoff drought. This, to me, feels like written in the stars. The Browns are going to the AFC title game, and it's going to be on the back of Joe Flacco, a quarterback I am confident in. That's the one tier. He's the only quarterback in that tier. Let's go to the tier of I'm hopeful this quarterback will play well, but not certain. 3 quarterbacks in that tier: Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. Look, Josh Allen, for how great he's been and how highly he's talked about, I think he's been disappointing in the postseason. Last year, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. The guy's played in 8 playoff games in his career. I would sit here and argue he's only played really well. He's played only at an elite level in 2 of them. 2021, where they smoked the Patriots and then lost that insane thriller to the Chiefs in overtime. 13-second game. Otherwise, he's just been okay or bad in every other playoff game. Turnovers have been a problem. So it's like I'm hopeful Josh Allen can play well in the postseason. But I can't sit here and tell you absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, Allen is going to play well in the playoffs. Not been the case. Same with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, in the 4 playoff games he's played in, has not been good in any of them. I can't sit here and tell you he's going to just continue his MVP form next weekend. I mean, we saw it in 2019. It's kind of a same situation. Ravens run away with the conference, by far the most dominant team, have a first-round bye, come out totally flat. lay an egg. Would I be shocked if that happens again next week? Absolutely not. And look at Lamar. I mean, he's completing just 55% of his passes in the postseason for his career. 3 touchdowns, 5 picks. He was great this year. He was also great in 2019. And that didn't seem to carry over. So I am hopeful Lamar can play well in the postseason. Definitely not certain about it. And same with Jalen Hurts. If this was 6 weeks ago, I would have put Hurts in the undeniable category. 0 doubt. But now you look at how he's playing. I mean, as a result, how the Eagles team is playing, there's a lack of confidence. This offense looks clunky. He looks like he's not seeing the field well. Hurts is not playing well. And so after an MVP-type season last year where he dominated the postseason and played well in all 3 games, I'm hopeful he'll play well starting Monday night in Tampa Bay. Definitely can't say that with a certainty. All right, 3 more tiers left to move pretty quickly here. I should have faith in this quarterback, but don't. Tua, Dak, Goff. All 3 have played well in the regular season. I should have faith in them come postseason. I absolutely do not. Tua has not played well in a big game. Plus the cold in Kansas City, no faith in Tua playing well this weekend. Dak can't make the big play. That's been a postseason bugaboo for him and the Cowboys. Can't make the big play. MVP type season this year. Sorry, I just should have faith. I don't that you're going to play well in the postseason, even against what is going to be and should be a bad Packers defense starting on wild card weekend. And Jared Goff has all the weapons at his disposal. Played really well this year. Should have faith in him. Don't. 3 quarterbacks are complete wild cards. I truly have no idea what to expect. CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield. All 3 could light it up, throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, lead their team to upset wins. All 3 could flame out. All 3 could be disasters. All 3 could completely get blown out. Either wouldn't surprise me. Total wild cards. I think Stroud is not going to play well against the Browns defense. I think Love is not going to play well against the Cowboys defense. And Baker is banged up. This offense does not look very good. Even though it's a bad Eagles defense, I'm not holding my breath that Baker's going to play well. Would it shock me if they light it up? No. Total wild cards, I think we see either really good play, really bad play, nothing really in between. And finally, 1 category left. 1 quarterback left. The hopeless category, it's Mason Rudolph. I'm not buying Mason Rudolph in the postseason whatsoever. So when it comes to the quarterback trust tree for the playoffs here for 2023, only 3 quarterbacks I undeniably trust come this postseason. Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy, Matthew Stafford. Even if their team loses in the postseason, it's not going to be because of those quarterbacks. No doubt they're going to play well and play at a very high level.